Today we're going to show you how to install the bash guard kit to the 𝐕𝐎𝐓 Hadean and GTR. We're going to start by opening up the kit and making sure that everything's inside. Alright, so inside the kit we're going to have two bash guard plates, a left and a right, and these will be marked on the plates. 3 bash guard bars. And a total of 10 bolts. There is going to be 4 short and 6 long bolts. So we're going to start by separating those so that we don't mix them up later on. The tools we'll need for this are your revolve Y tool, a 1/8 Allen key, and some medium strength thread locker. We use Loctite 243, but any mid-strength thread locker will be fine. So our first step is going to be to remove one of the wheels. So we'll turn the board on its side and then undo the wheel using the Y tool. Following this, we'll use our 1/8 Allen key to undo the belt cover so that we can remove the belt cover, belt, and drive gear. We're going to install the opposite side bash guard plate to the wheel we've just removed. As said before, they should be labeled R and L so you know which one goes on the right and which one goes on the left. Before putting any of our bash guard bolts in, we are going to apply a small amount of thread locker, but only to the parts that go into the bash guard kit. Do not apply them to any other bolts that we work with today. So we're going to get 2 of our shorter bolts for the bash guard plates, put a small amount of Loctite on them. Then we're going to slide the plate into position and install the bolts through the holes in the motor plate. Next, we're just going to slide one of the wheels back on and do up the wheel nut just finger tight so that when we flip the board over we can balance it. So we're going to flip the board over and then do the same thing for the other side. Starting by removing the wheel, belt cover, belt and drive gear, and then installing the bash guard plate. Next, we're going to install our bash guard bars. We're going to start by bolting them into this side and then the other. As before, apply a small amount of thread locker to each one of the bolts before you put them into the bar. Then we're going to install a bar. We're going to start with the one closest to the strut. So just slide your bar in and get your hole lined up with the top, so that we can put one of our bolts in. If you find that it's too tight, feel free to loosen off both bash guard plates slightly so they have a little bit of movement. Don't do the bar all the way up or you won't be able to move it to access the hole from the other side. Follow the same step for the next 2 bars. Lightly put the wheel on like before and flip the board over so we can secure the bars from the other side. Like the other side, we're going to put a small amount of thread locker on each of the bolts before we install them into the bars. Doing 1 bar at a time, line up the top of the bar with the hole in the bash guard plate. When we do them up on this side, we want to do them up nice and tight so that we don't have to do them again. Repeat the step for the next 2 bars. At this point, if you did loosen off the bash guard plates to make the bar fitting easier, ensure you tighten that back up. And we're now going to reassemble the gear, belt, belt cover and wheel. We're going to start by putting your gear and belt on. Followed by your belt cover. And then your wheel and wheel nut. This time we're going to do them up all the way because we won't be touching this side again. Next, we're going to flip the board over. And we're just going to secure our bash guard bars. You want to do these up nice and tight, but the thread locker will do most of the work. And then like the other side, we put our gear and belt back on. Followed by our belt cover. And then finally our wheel. And that completes the installation of the 𝐕𝐎� bash guard kit.